You ever had a moment so surreal, so gut-wrenching, that your brain just stops? Like, the world around you is still moving. People walking, traffic sounds, phones buzzing, but your soul? Frozen. That was me. Standing in my boss's office, as he casually said, "You should talk to your wife before we move forward with your promotion." My heart dropped. At first, I thought he was joking. I laughed, awkwardly like, "Wait, what? What do you mean?" And he just looked at me, dead serious, and said, "Let's not make this messy." She didn't tell you? That was the moment everything unraveled. Everything I believed about my marriage, my career, my life. Gone in 10 seconds. Let me back up. I'm James. I'm 34. Worked at the same tech firm for almost 8 years. Started as a junior analyst, worked my ass off, sacrificed weekends, holidays, you name it. My wife, Rachel, we've been together since college. Married 6 years. She was my anchor. Smart, organized, loyal, or so I thought. She was the type to pack my lunch with sticky notes like, "Kill that meeting today," or "I love you, nerd." We had this rhythm, like actual partnership. I felt lucky. Last year, the company announced a massive expansion. New branch, new director roles. My boss, Mark, started mentoring me more closely. Dinners with execs, private feedback sessions, all that corporate grooming. I was finally next in line for a director position. It was everything I'd worked for. Around the same time, Rachel started acting different. I chalked it up to stress. She's a marketing manager for a fashion company, always slammed. But I started noticing the subtle stuff. Late texts, sudden team dinners, coldness in bed, and this one new perfume she started wearing. Something expensive and floral, and I couldn't shake the feeling it wasn't meant for me. Still, I didn't suspect that. I was too focused on the promotion. Then came the night of the corporate gala. Rachel came with me, stunning in a black dress. But something felt off. Mark was there with his usual arrogance, walking around like he owned the place. Which, to be fair, he kinda did. But the way he looked at Rachel? Caught it. Quick glance. Half smile. She didn't meet his eyes. The next day, she said she had a client meeting out of town. That night, I called her. She didn't answer. Texted me hours later. "Sorry, fell asleep. Love you." Again, I swallowed the doubt. The next morning, I walk into the office early. Mark calls me in. Now, I'm expecting the promotion talk, champagne, handshake, new badge, the works. Instead, he gives me that cold stare and says, "Before we move forward, you should talk to Rachel." I swear I couldn't breathe. I said, "Talk to her about what?" He just leaned back, like this was an HR meeting, and said, "We've had a personal connection for a few months now. I'm ending it. But you should hear it from her." That was it. My stomach flipped. My ears were ringing. I just got up and left. Didn't even take my laptop. I drove home like a zombie. Rachel was at work. I walked in, looked around the house like it was foreign, like I'd never been there before. I sat on the edge of the bed, smelling that damn perfume on her pillow, and I broke. That night I confronted her. No yelling, no drama. Just calm. "Rachel, how long have you been sleeping with Mark?" She froze. Then came the tears. The usual lines. "It was a mistake. It didn't mean anything. I was lonely. You were always working." She said it started at a conference. One drink turned into a kiss. One kiss turned into a hotel room. She said he understood her. Said it was emotional before it was physical. I sat there, staring at the woman I'd planned a family with. She had just burned my life down and was crying into the same hands that packed my lunch last week. I didn't scream, didn't punch a wall, didn't ask for details. I just stood up, packed a bag, and left. For 2 weeks, I stayed at a friend's place. Didn't answer her calls, didn't check my email, didn't go to work. The promotion? Gone. Turns out Mark restructured the entire team. Eventually, Rachel sent me a long email. Said she'd quit her job, started therapy, wanted to rebuild. But here's the thing. I didn't. I wasn't gonna rebuild something that was burned to ash. I divorced her quietly. No court drama. Just over. Took months to feel human again. Took more to trust anyone. But now I tell the story because someone out there needs to hear it. If your gut is whispering, listen. If you feel the distance growing, don't ignore it. And if someone betrays you, it's not your fault. It's their choice. You didn't lose them. They lost you. And sometimes the end isn't a breakdown. It's your breakthrough.